welcome to Orchids 365, and if you've been here, welcome back. So I'm here continuing my repotting projects after doing that update. So my first response was Justin from Justin's Orchids and More, and he's like, I want to see you repot your Lady of the Night, and boy was he right. Thank you for that, Justin. So this one's for you. I'm up for the challenge. So this one is my B Little Stars Nodusa C Cordata. And there's nothing little about this flower. It's big and it's fragrant and it has an amazingly beautiful lip. I'll drop a picture in there of what it looks like when it's in bloom. However, it's never ever ever in its life been repotted. I have quite the mess going on here. I have roots crawling out the rim. I have new growths, and I also have quite a few spiders living because this one is up really high and it's up on a pot clip, so I want to keep her that way. So what I decided was to use another pot clip, another pot, I'm sorry, that I could clip. So I have this DIY holy pot thanks to the husband. So he used his tools to give it a few more drainage because I feel like it just really needed more than just these on the bottom. Some are okay with just these, but other orchids, so I'm surprised she didn't swallow the tag. She did swallow this. Look, I can hold up the entire orchid. See the stick in the middle that was holding up the blooms? So yeah, this is gonna be fun, guys. I'm gonna have to put some muscle into it. So I've sterilized my stuff, my papers. The first thing I want to do is, before I try to remove it, because I'm gonna forget, is that I've made my little makeshift mix. Sorry for that. And it's the lava rock, the styrofoam peanuts. I have bark, more bark in this mix than I usually do because she's good with the bark. She doesn't like to dry out completely, but she also cannot be sitting in water. So that's what I have in there, guys. A little bit of leca, lava rock, peanut, and I have some charcoal chunks that I broke with my hammer. And I'm thinking this will be enough for this pot. And then what I'll do is I'll top it off with leca to make it look nice and finished at the top. Okay, so this is the situation we have working with here. See, I hope she likes all those. Then this pot will be put in a bucket full of water and bleach for a day, then sit out in the sun for a week or more. And when it's back to its normal state, I'm probably going to paint something on it if you have any suggestions, because I did Frida and the other one. Came out pretty cool. So when I get inspired, I like to paint pots, paint rocks, stuff for the garden. So without further ado, I'm going to cut off, I think, these little dry stems from where the blooms were before I even try to remove it, giving me more room to work with. I don't know, I swear I had my coffee this morning, you guys. I'm a little off. This should be fun to watch. The weeks have been coming and going, and work and kids and just living this new norm. It's been really taking a toll on me, but the garden has been my savior, and you guys, the garden community, awesome escape. I just love it. So I'm just getting all this, just making sure no critters are there. I can't work with, I try to put it on my right hand, so when I do, when I do all that, but I can't work with the gloves on as much as I try. So I think I got, this might fall off when I pull her out. I wish I could take this off. I guess we shall see. And oh look, there you go. I think it just got cut off. That's that stick to hold the blooms that was swallowed by the orchid. I'm so happy I have my tag. I'm gonna go ahead and punch a hole in it and put it probably on one of these, or maybe on the bottom. I still have some spider webs, but no spiders. Gave them time to run away before so I think we have cleaned her up enough so that we can start. This is dead and gone. I'm gonna get this out of the way, and just makes it easier when I'm trying to pull out. Now I don't even know how I'm gonna go about this. I'm gonna go with the good old garden shovel, my little flat thing, and just start to loosen her up. I'm gonna go grab that right quick. All right, I'm not scared, but I am gonna need a few prayers. I'm not sure how this is gonna go down. First things first, I go in like this, and I go all the way around. She's pretty root bound. She does have a few new growths, so I do not want to break off anything that could potentially be harmful to her. But glad I've been working out the arms, guys. I could never do this. So we are gonna lose a few roots, guys. That's okay. I'm in full-blown fertilization season. I will seaweed, fertilize, everything. I think this is gonna be one of the rare occasions where I actually cannot repurpose the pot in an effort not to hurt my plants. So you may see me pull out the hammer real soon. Oh man, this is gonna be quite something. Justin, what did you get me into? Yeah, that is not going anywhere, guys. I think it's time to bust out the hammer. What do you think? What do you think? Would you sacrifice the pot? I sure would. Work it first, man. Look at this. Look at these beautiful roots, but I just, wow. Okay, one more. Let's not give up that easy. Oh wow, I made progress in that end. That means I gotta do this all around, and I get so scared of hurting her. Oh man, that is just solid. Yep. Take it to the next level. All right, guys. So it's hammer time. So this is the hammer I use to break down the charcoal when I make my mix, and so far, so good. Now the reason I have it here on the floor is because my potting table was made for me, for my projects and all my stuff, see? And at the top I have granite, and yeah, you don't want to hammer up there. So my safest bet was down here, and nice and slow, to protect my face and to protect the orchid. So I'm trying to do a straight line all the way down, and I've put her in a way where most of her areas here, there's nothing being smushed on the bottom. And so far so good. There you go. It happens, especially since she's been in here all her life. Ooh, check that out. Got the bottom off. Feel like a woodpecker. Notice that I'm being gentle. Last thing I want is one of these flying at me, or see? Really old, rough shape. So, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and get this done, open it up, and then show you how it looks, because I know that the sound must be really annoying in the video. So I'm starting to make progress, slowly but surely, and then I'm gonna hop on and put on a glove to be safe. I don't want to cut myself as I'm opening it. So as you can see, as I'm cracking an Easter egg here, you're gonna see a whole lot of roots looking real good. I'll hop on here real quick. All right, guys, so what I did was I carefully rotated her and continued to break off the pot, and then I went ahead and if any roots were hanging onto it, I clipped it off, and she's in really good shape. Her roots are spectacular. You can see the new growth and the new root seeds coming in there. You see that? That's great. Look at that new root. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take her back there and give her a good wash and remove any gunk or anything, and get her ready for her new pot, guys. Look at that. This I had a feeling would happen. I feel horrible. I love repurposing the pots, and I haven't had to break a pot, so I guess I was doing pretty good. So sorry. I'll probably just break them into smaller pieces. There are some orchids where I've heard people use the broken terracotta, but this one was really old and really dirty, so I'm just probably gonna toss this. This is not very useful. So yeah, most of these roots you see here are dead. I really did not harm any new growth or anything. So I'm gonna go give it a wash and hop on here and finish the repot, guys. All right, this has definitely been the most challenging repot ever, but it's great because I've learned something, and I'm happy to report that no good roots were hurt and only had one little casualty. This poor baby got hammered, so I went in there and I dabbed some cinnamon where it broke off really low. I trimmed off all the dead gooey roots, and there wasn't particularly anything that had me worried, but I think I got her right in the nick of time. I had that other orchid that I featured in my updates, which is doing really rough, and I featured her even though I did not record her repot, to show you that sometimes when the signs are visible, it is too late, which is why we cannot put off the repotting in the repotting season, guys. It is crucial for our orchids. It's difficult. I have so many more to do, but hey, one day at a time, right? There's Orchids are lovely, they're elegant, they're beautiful, but it's definitely not a glamorous hobby. Sometimes you have to get down and dirty, and that's okay. You gotta do what you gotta do. So now that I have her here looking fabulous, I've rinsed her out, I've cleaned her out real good, fertilized her. I swear I have bug spray and I could feel things trying to bite me. So anyways, so I'm gonna measure here for size. See, I think this pot will do her just right. You know, probably gonna have her sit up a little bit higher. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour some of this stuff inside. Well, that was a little messy. This is way too big. Let's take those out. Oof, perfect. As if I measured her. I think I'm just gonna put a little bit around to fill. And then just to make sure. This is perfect. Now I want to keep her in this pot because I can clip her in her location. She's up really high in the pergola, and she's happy there. So I was gonna do a bigger pot because I know these can get pretty big, but you know what? I want to keep her where she's growing happy. Okay, so just want to press it in there. Make sure. I usually have birds hopping off on and off, and I want to make sure that she's sitting real tight, but at the same time she can breathe, but tight enough so that when the bird perches off of her, flies off, she's okay. All in a day of outdoor growing, right? You know that I love mounting orchids. I have quite a few in pots, but I'm having trouble finding mounts that are not ceramic. Like I want, you know, I want more driftwood or cork, so I have a few there that I would love to mount. There you go. Wow, she looks great. Look at that, guys. Really sitting tight there. And then I'm gonna top her off with a little bit of the lecas. It just looks pretty, you know, like clean. And then I gave her new growths are there with plenty of room to breathe. See, she has a bunch coming up and I don't want to disturb that. So notice that I left it sitting just the way it was. She's not deep, she's not too high. Don't know what the fate of this terracotta pot will be, but I do know that she is very comfortable. I'm not concerned about her retaining excess moisture because once the rainy season starts, we've had a very dry spring so far, but I know it's gonna get, you know, different in the summer thunderstorms and showers, and I want to make sure this baby can breathe and completely dry out. And I think she looks fabulous if you compare her to the before and after, guys. Thank you for joining me on this wild ride repotting this beautiful bee little stars, and I'll catch you guys next time. Tell me in the comments, how do you think it went, and what are your opinions, and what would you like to see next, because I definitely will be back. Thank you, and for always giving me your support, and stay safe and let's grow. Bye.